Providence Park is the place to be this afternoon as two of the hottest teams in MLS Next Pro face off. Portland Timbers 2 taking on Houston Dynamo Dos in the Western Conference. Hello, family. I'm James Hadnot. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon from the Rose City. Portland unbeaten in 7 coming into today. Their only loss of the 2026 slate was to Houston Dynamo Dos earlier this year, a 5-0 defeat. And so Portland looking to avenge that this afternoon here at home. Let's take a look at the Timbers 2 lineup. They make 2 changes. Daniel Cervantes and Connor Ferguson go to the bench, which means that Gage Guerra and Sawyer Jura will come into play for Timbers 2. Jura will play down in that left back position, the U.S. Youth International, and Gage Guerra making just his 4th overall appearance for the second team, the first teamer who has 1 goal and 1 assist for Portland this season. Now let's take a look at the 11 for Coach Jeremy Hurdle and Houston Dynamo Dos. They make just 1 change from their draw at the hands of Minnesota. Mateo DiMorelli starts in place of Miles Gardner, and so Vinicius Silva will move to center back. Isaac Mwakwatuya also play with center back. Reese Miller drops down to play right back on the day, and DiMorelli will play in the midfield. And so it is DiMorelli along with J.J. Bell and Matthew Arana, some of the young talent that will be in this lineup. But Houston on the afternoon going forward a bit as they will have a couple of older players. Obviously, you have Pedro Cruz, who will be in goal. He has 4 clean sheets on the year, making his 10th overall appearance at 22 years of age. Austin Vermette, the leading goal scorer, will lead the line at 22 years of age himself up top for Houston Dynamo Dos. Well, Houston unbeaten in 10 straight to start the season. They're chasing after the record set by Colorado Rapids 2 back in 2023 of 12 straight unbeaten to start the campaign, which means that a result today would have them 1 away from that overall record. And for Portland, a team that has not made the playoffs in their 4 seasons in MLS Next Pro, that's what they are chasing after, a playoff spot. And they currently find themselves 4th in the Western Conference. Houston sits at the top. There's the opening whistle, and we begin. Houston Dynamo Dos taking on Portland Timbers 2 in the Western Conference. James Hadnot here with you. Thank you much for tuning in. Immediately, Isoida dumps this ball over the top. Santos chasing for it and will track it down near the end line as he reverses field. Portland, the team that has just 14 goals on the year, but they have allowed just 12, and that's where they have hung their hat overall this season. In seasons past, it's been pedal to the metal, going to goal as often as possible. And so the goals have not come in bunches like they've had in years before, but they are in much better position early on in the season under Jack Cassidy in his first year. For Houston, they have been on an absolute tear to start the year. They are first in the Western Conference in goals scored. They are first in the entire league in goal differential. They've outscored their opponents 25-5 coming into today. That's a little shove from behind, so a free kick coming for Houston. And so this matchup is one in which 1 goal could be the difference. Houston is a team that does not give up very much. Just mentioned that they've only allowed 5 goals this year. And for Portland, they are 3rd in the Western Conference in least goals conceded. Another foul in the defensive third. The only teams that have conceded less goals than Portland are Austin and this Houston side. So Lucas Fernandez-Kim having a quick conversation with the referee. And Isaac Wakatuya trying to get the game back going. He'll have to wait a moment for that conversation to come to a halt. Vinicia Silva fires this ball over the top. Flag has come up. Saw that multiple times for Houston in their match versus Minnesota last time out. Just trying to beat the Loons long. And for Portland, that is going to press up. Houston will have a similar game plan to try to beat the Timbers over the top. Suida. And now here comes Portland. Playing fast and furious. Griffith has his cross closed down, but now the ball lost. Enriquez to the center back, Bamford. Only 2 teenagers in the 11 for Portland today. And with Sawyer Jura, he's recently turned 20. It's amazing his ascension in this organization. He has truly benefited from the second team space. This is Nicholas Lund. Scored his first goal of the season a couple weeks ago versus Ventura County. Bamford goes back to the goalkeeper. Sam Joseph making his 7th appearance. Now the ball's turned over. Arana and Bell around it. It ends up with Silva. Amwakwatuya and Noah Betancourt. Miller shoved off the ball by Ondo. And then Houston wins it back, but can't keep possession. One thing that Jeremy Hurdle wanted his team to do better coming into today is really impress their style onto their opponent. Felt like they could have done better versus Minnesota in that phase of the game. Really didn't feel like the Loons felt them for the entirety of the match, and it showed as things wore on. Minnesota had some really good opportunities late to take down the lone unbeaten team in the league. Portland is not going to be afraid, especially playing here at home at one of the best venues in MLS. Houston now with an opportunity to attack. This is J.J. Bell. Nice smooth move. Ball pops free to Miller. He can't control. But Miller wins the ball back for Houston. Bell fires this ball into the area, and Sam Joseph scoops it up. Griffith had the game-winning goal versus San Jose last time out. Suida looking to play Griffith. Great ball. Colin Griffith fires, and he is blocked away. Reese Miller defending him step for step. This was a wonderful ball from Eric Isuida right into the path of Colin Griffith. Pedro Cruz sends it long. Nicholas Lund's header. Cruz is there. And Portland feels like there should have been more there. but Pedro Cruz had to come out. Wonderful play here as J.J. Bell finds himself in the area. And Bell can't slalom past Nicholas Lund into end action inside of 8 minutes between Houston and Portland. Jura, Griffith, and now Lund takes a tumble. Advantage is played. Colin Griffith riding a challenge, and he'll lose possession. Expect high intensity, high energy in this match. Both of these teams like to play in that fashion. There will be no shortage of action or opportunities. The yellow card is shown to Lucas Fernandez Kim for kicking the ball away and delaying the restart. So that's a cheap yellow card given out. And check that. Houston finds itself on the ball. 10th minute of action. This will roll out and will be a corner for Houston. So clerical note, it was given to J.J. Bell for previous contact. So that's where the yellow card is coming. It was on the advantage that was played on the Colin Griffith run. Corner for Dynamo Dos, trying to take an early lead on top of Timbers 2. Ball comes in tight and cleared away only as far as Bell, but a whistle means that Portland will have possession. Houston unbeaten in their last 3 meetings with Portland. Won last year 3-1. Obviously earlier this year a 5-0 win, and then drew in 2024. Hondo, Enriquez, and Bamford. Cannot thread the needle, but the ball pops to Colin Griffith. Isoida can't dig it out. Jura working hard, but possession will go to Houston. There's a Houston player laboring a bit. Reese Miller trying to get his bearings. Burmett wins possession. A little tap forward by Samir Muhammad, and Houston has an opportunity growing. Muhammad, his back heel, nobody home. Portland quickly coming the other way. Griffith. Guerra has it cut out. A wide open start. Miller goes back to Pedro Cruz. Big match for him. Last time out, after Houston found a game-tying goal early in the second half, it went to penalties. Cruz had 3 saves in that penalty shootout to help Houston earn the extra point. As head coach Jeremy Hurdle saying he is undoubtedly the best goalkeeper in the Western Conference. I would venture to say that he was the best in the entire league, but was honest that he hadn't looked too much into the Eastern Conference's goalkeepers, but does note that Cruz has been excellent over the past 2 seasons for Houston. And even thinking about Coach Bundy, who was leading this side since their entry into MLS Next Pro. He said, how many times had Pedro Cruz really helped this team? Little tap forward. Griffith trying to use his strength. And Arana towards Brumet. Reese Miller over the top. Drops this off. And J.J. Bell sprays the shot wide. There's Miller waiting for reinforcements. It is Bell who didn't put any pressure on Sam Joseph, the goalkeeper. And one thing that Coach Hurdle wanted to do coming into this match was ensure that his side was doing a better job of turning their box touches into shots on goal. That's an opportunity right there in which that did not come to fruition. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bank of America. 15th minute. Houston on the prowl. And there's a shot on goal from Samir Muhammad. Long distance effort. Taken down by Sam Joseph. And again, this is an ambitious side in Houston. And that ball was rising. Joseph had to be ready for it. Morelli has shoved off the ball. Portland with a chance to play in transition, but Houston does well to get numbers behind the ball. Ball pops out wide now for the Timbers. Isoida into the area. And then the ball will sputter all the way to Pedro Cruz. Arana over the top, trying to peek in between 2 defenders was Samir Muhammad. This ball will roll out for a Houston throw. Houston on the year, unbeaten through 10, 4 wins, no loss, and 2 draws on the road. And they have wins in 4 of their last 5 road matches. In the midst of this 10 straight matches unbeaten. in the midst of a 10-match road trip. This is their 7th match on the road. Now Gage Guerra on his horse. He'll pick this up. Guerra shoved down. Play on is a decision. This is Miller. Silva. And Doman. J.J. Bell can't get to this for Houston. Still putting some pressure on. And now the throw-in will come for Portland. But you can see how in sync this Dynamo Dos squad is. Knowing when to make the runs, when to work back to a teammate. The movements have been really good for Houston. Santos sends it forward towards Isoida. Jura onto his left. Isoida off the deflection. Puts it back. And Pedro Cruz. Excellent save. That ball was struck cleanly, but Pedro Cruz saw it the entire way. You see Jura could not put any pressure on the goal. And that was an excellent strike from Victor Enriquez. He's still looking for his first goal of the campaign. Pedro Cruz wasn't going to let it happen on his watch. Now both sides with a shot on goal as we are in the 21st minute of action. Griffith. Isoida, and then Jura, nice little ball forward. Fernandez Kim just staying on his feet. Now he sees two. Jura slips it out. Good switch. Something brewing now for the Timbers. Hondo. Enriquez. Ball comes into the area, and Pedro Cruz again tracks it perfectly. Arana, at 15 years of age, loses possession. One of the youngest players ever signed here in MLS Next Pro. Doman loses out on possession to Portland. Hondo. Enriquez. Bamford locates the U.S. Youth International, Sawyer Jura. Enriquez loses possession. J.J. Bell was held. This portion of the match is brought to you by Carl's Jr. '24th minute of action. Vinicius Silva held up a bit by Colin Griffith. Now after a turn, J.J. Bell has options. Excuse me, that's Arana. Dillman. This is J.J. Bell. In a tight space, Portland will take the foul. Isuita slips this ball forward. Guerra just a step short. Vinicius Silva was there to break that up. Doman turns it over. Guerra with it. And good defending by Vinicius Silva. Bell can't keep this in play. So a throw-in coming for Portland. Mentioned that the Timbers unbeaten at home this season, 2 wins, no losses, and 4 draws. They've scored multiple goals in each of their last 3 home matches. There's a foul there. J.J. Bell will receive a talking to. Those matches at home, a 2-2 draw with North Texas, a 3-3 draw with Ventura County, and then a victory 2-1 over Minnesota. It's been a quiet day here for Portland. But both of these squads have the ability to explode in the attack if given the opportunity. Ball is pumped long. Joseph is off his line. They're ready for it. Doman. Lund is tripped up. And that will be a foul on Houston. 28th minute. Two of the hottest teams in the Western Conference coming into today. Houston unbeaten through their first 10 matches, and Portland unbeaten in their last 7. The only team to beat Portland in this 2026 campaign were the Dynamo. And it was a convincing victory for Houston, 5-0. Ondo on it for Portland now. Goal scored by Arthur Sosa, Matthew Arana, J.J. Bell, Vinicius Silva. Now Sawyer Jura has it for the Timbers. Jura driving, shoved down by Reese Miller, and it will be a goal kick. So Sawyer Jura just running out of real estate as he was driving to that end line. Reese Miller shoving him down. That's good defending there by Miller. Not allowing Jura a sliver of space to cross or pull one back. Brumette, great header into Miller. And now this is Reese Miller on the hunt. Draws this across, and the tap in for Houston. Samir Muhammad sets the tone for the Dynamo, and they lead on the road 1-0. Reese Miller makes an excellent defensive moment on one end and then has the assist on the other. Brumette's header. Miller was in acres of space. And then the tap in with a wide open goal. Samir Muhammad saw the goal gaping and handled business. Portland 0, Houston 1, as we now have played 30 minutes in the Rose City. Just mentioned that Portland has scored multiple goals in each of the last 3 home matches, and so giving up a goal, not something they're going to be too ashamed of. They have the ability to score multiple in a short succession of time. But it is Houston now with their 26th goal of the year, second to only Crown Legacy for most goals in the league. Arana let this run, drops it off to Miller, back across. And Miller was offside. This portion of the match is brought to you by Old Trapper. 32nd minute. Houston has taken the lead thanks to Samir Muhammad. Muhammad recently signing his second-team contract. Houston has had just less than 20 Dynamo Academy members sign contracts to play with the second team. It's a part of the youth wave that Houston has right now. Talk about the likes of Muhammad, Matteo Di Morelli, Matthew Arana. All are rising stars in this organization. There's a foul. Even on the bench tonight, you have Miles Gardner, Gavin Wolf. under the age of 20. And in the 11 today, already mentioned Di Morelli, Arana, and Muhammad, but also J.J. Bell, Noah Betcourt, and Isaac Mwakatuya, all under the age of 20 for Houston. This is a young, inspired squad that benefited from all the growing pains of last season, just missing out on the playoffs. A lot of contact, and it will be a corner for the Timbers. Portland scored on 2 set pieces the last time they were here. Or check that. When they played Ventura County, this out-swinging ball is headed away. Enriquez back to Isoida. Slip forward. Isoida coming back, and an amazing save by Pedro Cruz. A world-class stop from Cruz. As Isoida makes this run, strikes it very cleanly, and just getting a big paw out there to push it away was Pedro Cruz. And you do not lead the league in least goals allowed if you don't have an excellent goalkeeper. Now off the corner, ball squeaking through, still free. No shot just yet. Colin Griffith trying to spin in possession. And now here comes Houston. Arana still with it on the touchline. And a throw-in coming for the Dynamo. Arana weaving through defenders again, just could not connect with Samir Muhammad. Portland coming the other way. Cruz is out for it. Always willing to put his body on the line is Pedro Cruz. So Cruz taking more of a moment now. It was Colin Griffith who was just trying to get a piece of it as this ball took a bounce in the area. And Cruz now grabbing kind of at his leg and his lower back. Want to keep him upright, keep him on the pitch if you are Houston. He has such a big impact on everything that happens for this Houston squad. So the hope and prayer is that he is going to be able to continue. This Houston team has outscored squads 12-5 on the road this season. And for Houston, they started the year not allowing a goal in their first 4 matches. It was really almost unthinkable just how locked in they were. And then they, again, have been on the road for the last 6 matches. This is their 7th match on the road in a row, and they will have 3 more after this one. And that sets them up to be in a really good position down the stretch. Because not only are they picking up points on the road, they are winning matches away from SaberCat Stadium. So Cruz is back up. And we restart play. Throw in for Portland. Sawyer Jura puts the ball back into play. Bamford. Jura. Suida back to Nicholas Lund. As mentioned, just the one goal on the year for Lund as well as Charles Ondo, both coming in the same game. They are targets and set pieces and are very good in the back line. Griffith in some space. Slides towards Jura. Sawyer Jura with the cross. Santos drops this off. Get a shot. Gage Guerra doesn't often miss from there. It's a good ball in from Jura. Noah Santos' header just kind of dribbling around. And then Guerra had the time. Just could not pick out either corner. Santos, nice little move here. Now this shot takes a deflection, and Cruz will scoop it. We'll check that. We'll corral it. And now scoops. '40th minute of action. Dynamo in front by a goal. Thanks to Samir Muhammad, an assist from Reese Miller, as well as from Austin Brumet. Now Miller back on the ball. J.J. Bell, missed all of last season, was unable to be with the team, trained on his own, and came back ready and willing to do whatever it takes to impact this team. Doman can't keep possession. Vinicius Silva can't connect, and now this is Gage Guerra turning. Colin Griffith. Nice little move into the area. Colin Griffith is very slippery. But Houston with good box defending. And now trying to break the other way. DiMorelli shoved off the ball. Portland coming the other way. Good slide tackle by Isaac Mwakwatuya. Jura. Now Griffith has his entry headed away. Santos can't latch onto it. Brumet. And there's a foul, however. So a free kick coming for Portland as we near halftime. This could be dangerous. We saw Charles Ondo score here in Providence Park on a set piece just like this versus Ventura County. And he surely will be a target, if not the target, on this free kick. Austin Brumet picks up a yellow card as well. So Brumet kicks the ball away there, you see, after he's discussed it. Ball comes in. It was Lund. Could not steer it on frame. He had the other set piece goal versus Ventura County. Those two big targets. And Lund trying to steer it back across the face of goal. Just could not nestle it in. It's a good ball in. Jura, another nice touch. Finds himself in possession on this right side. Now Eric Isoida always plays in good service. And a header that's wide. Another great chance for Portland that goes awry. Isoida always excellent with his deliveries. And this is another gorgeous ball. You find the man you want to find in Gage Guerra. And he cannot test Pedro Cruz on that occasion. '45th minute. And Portland has had a couple of opportunities. Just have not capitalized. Houston has capitalized on their chance. Samir Muhammad has the goal for the Dynamo. And they lead 1-0. Lund goes back to Sam Joseph. And Lund also not going to be too pleased that he missed out on his header on the set piece moments ago. Not a lot that you have to talk about in the locker room if you are Portland. You're creating in the attack, and you've given up minimally defending. You just have to be more pristine when the opportunities arise. Similarly for Houston, have given up a couple of chances and do not want that to persist. Fourth official announcing a minimum of 3 minutes of added time to this first half. Jura turns it over. That'll be a foul on Sawyer Jura trying to win the ball back from Reese Miller. Bell can't keep possession. Isoida. Griffith trying to hold things up. He goes to ground. There's the whistle. Isoida plays it quickly. Jura still with it. He is closed down by 3. And Arana into Brumette. But Houston can't break out. 2 minutes of our minimum of 3 have elapsed. Final minute of added time in this first half. Brumet just pumps this high into the air. And a missed opportunity there for Houston as Morelli was onside. Only moments remain now. Enriquez launches this towards Jura. Always so crisp with his touches. Griffith draws this back. And Santos airmails it. And another golden opportunity that goes by the wayside for the Timbers. On 2 occasions, you felt like it should be 1-1, but the scoreline does not say that. It says Portland 0, Houston 1, thanks to the goal by Samir Muhammad in this first half. Coming up in our halftime show, we go back to the Northeast for another player pathway success story, plus highlights and stats after this brief timeout.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields. Let's go. And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Welcome back to Providence Park. Portland down by a goal to Houston after 45 minutes of play. New England homegrown Peyton Miller is another success story in the MLS Next Pro ranks. Let's revisit his story in this feature.
A lot of upside, a huge ceiling for this young kid.
You're going to like him a lot. His name is Peyton Miller. This is great stuff again. Oh, my goodness.
Force away through here. Ball to the back post. It's awkward, and it's thrust in towards goal.
From Unionville, Connecticut, to stepping on the field in Major League Soccer, Peyton Miller's journey is just getting started.
I'm from Connecticut. I grew up in Unionville. Growing up, I trained a lot with my dad. My dad is mostly the reason for where I am today. When I was like 7, I won a championship for my travel team with my dad as a coach, and I kind of just fell in love with it from there.
As Peyton began to excel as a player, he began receiving attention from multiple clubs.
I started at FSAFC, and then I wanted to excel my game a little bit more, so then I went to Oakwood. And then from there, we played teams like New England Revolution, Philadelphia Union, And then the Revs reached out, and it was my childhood dream to play for the Revs, so it was kind of an easy decision for me to make to come here.
When I arrived at the Revs as a new employee, the staff was telling me about a young man named Peyton Miller. And so right away I went and did as much research as I could, and when I watched him play one time, it was like, wow, this kid is special. Just the way he moved, the way he was working with the ball, the way he looked around naturally. I knew as well as others knew this kid had something inherently in him that we wanted to be around.
Dreams don't come without sacrifice. At just 13, Peyton had to leave his family and friends behind to pursue soccer full-time.
It was hard not being able to be with my parents and not being able to see friends, but it was the sacrifices that I had to make to live this dream. And before that, a year earlier, my parents had to drive 2 hours every single day from Connecticut to Foxborough just so that I can make training, and I'm very grateful for that.
Moving into the Academy's residency program gave Peyton access to top-level training and gave him a platform to continue growing.
And our world structure is everything, because players they're learning so much. There's academics, there's social development, there's physical development, there's goals, there's outside pressures already, there's social media. So what we need to do is we need to provide structure to allow these players to chase their dreams, but chase their dreams with guidelines and helpful. And then when they need a little something extra, we're there for them to help them navigate whatever's in front of them.
By 15, Peyton's hard work paid off. He signed a homegrown contract with the Revolution, and he made his professional debut with Revolution 2 in 2023.
It was against Atlanta. I had a couple good chances, good balls for an assist or a goal maybe. That should have happened, but I was very nervous in the beginning, but as soon as the whistle blew, it kind of just all went away, and all I could feel was just like the adrenaline rush.
Playing against older and stronger players forced Peyton to adapt quickly.
I didn't want the guys like babying me because I was young. I wanted them to tell me how it really was, and they really understood that, and like they weren't afraid to yell at me if I did something wrong, and that's what helped me get to the next level.
His performances that season with Revs 2 opened the door to an opportunity with the first team.
At the end of our season with the second team, they gave me the chance to come train with the first team, and then a little bit previous of that, that's when I signed my homegrown contract. So that was a very big step. You know, the speed of play was crazy when I got to the first team, but I got used to it for a little bit, and then that's when the off season hit, and then that's when I really started to like train, and I came back for the preseason and I was ready for it.
Soon after came the moment he'd been dreaming of since childhood, his MLS debut at just 16 years old, making him the second youngest player in club history to make his debut.
Another interesting debut here. Obviously all the talk about Kevin Sullivan, but Peyton Miller will make his MLS debut, the 16-year-old from Unionville, Connecticut.
My parents made the trip to Philly so they could see me play, and I kind of knew before the game that like this might be the game that I come in, because they told me that week that I'll probably get in that game. But I was nervous stepping to the line, but Caleb just said to me like, have fun, this is what you love to do, just go out there and be a kid. And that's what I did. I kind of, as soon as I stepped on the field, everything just went away and it was just me and the ball.
For Peyton and his family, it was a moment of pride.
They were all excited. You know, I got a lot of texts from everyone, Instagram stories, all that type of stuff. Everyone just saying that they're proud of me. It was kind of just like a full circle moment, being able to represent the badge and represent my family, my friends, and knowing that all the hard work that I put in, the sacrifices that my parents made, paid off.
4 days later, Peyton would make his full MLS debut against FC Dallas.
Okay, here's Miller. Goal. Bobby Wood! Courtesy of the 16-year-old Miller. The Revs to the lead.
Peyton hasn't just made waves at the club level. He's also become a mainstay in the U.S. youth national team setup, earning call-ups from the U-15s through the U-23s. He featured in all 4 matches at the 2023 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and later represented the United States at the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup as one of the youngest players on the roster.
As a staff, when Peyton debuted with the 17s and went on, we all have these Slack channels, and his pictures coming up from different players snapping the TV going, there's our friend, there's our teammate, there's our guy, and then other coaches. It was really endearing just to be together. It was because we were actually on the road for a game as an academy staff, and that was amazing. And then to see the whole transformation of where he goes and what he's done, we couldn't be more proud.
Peyton hopes his story can be a blueprint for success for the next generation of Revolution players.
It means a lot to me, like to have younger kids look up to me, and some kids will come up to me and ask me like, what'd you do to get where you're at? And I kind of just tell them like it takes sacrifice and effort, and you just have to be willing to put in the work. But there's a lot of kids that come up to me, and I always tell them like, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Like, I was once where you're at, like don't be afraid.
MLS recently agreed to a deal that will see global investment firm KKR make a strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets, with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will hear more about this in the coming seasons. Well, welcome back to Portland. Timbers down by a goal to Houston. Dynamo's goal coming from the likes of Samir Mohammed, his second goal of the year. Scores from around the league. Philadelphia takes down Atlanta. Chicago, big-time win over Huntsville City. And North Texas and San Jose in a tight one. Edu Neese with a late game-tying goal to give Texas the opportunity to earn a point. And then also two top teams in the East, New England and Crown Legacy, back on Friday, played to a 2-2 draw. Now moving forward, some halftime highlights for your eyes as we see Portland and Houston, two of the top teams in the West right now, two of the hottest teams in the league. And Samir Mohammed's first shot was on goal. He required a save from Sam Joseph. Then a little bit later, it was Eric Isoida. Sawyer Jura had this shot closed down. And then this big-time boom from Victor Enriquez. Pedro Cruz was there. And then just an excellent team goal as Austin Brumet's header set loose Reese Miller. And Miller drives this ball across. Samir Mohammed there to tap it in. And Mohammed scoring for Houston. And they lead by a goal here at the break. Next thing you'll see is half number 2 from Providence Park after this short break.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
Oh my! Pedrinho wins it! Welcome back to Providence Park. Houston and Portland battling here in the Western Conference. Dynamo getting the best of the Timbers in the first half. Samir Mohamed's goal is the difference as we get ready for half number 2. And for Portland, they have their 7-match unbeaten streak on the line. For Houston, they're unbeaten to start the season. 10 straight matches without a loss, and they are 45 minutes away from being 1 match away from the all-time record in MLS Next Pro. D'Alessandro Herrera coming on at the break for Reese Miller. The lone substitution for Houston, so Miller, who earned his first assist of the season, now will go to the bench. There's the whistle, and we begin half number 2.
Substitution for Dynamo 2 to begin the second half of play. Into the match, number 17, D'Alessandro Herrera, replacing number 27, Reese Miller.
Immediately, ball is lost by Gage Guetta and then given right back by Houston. D'Alessandro Herrera, 1 goal, 1 assist on the year. Betancourt, his touch. And this will be Jura going to ground. Neither side able to corral it just yet. Now Bell forward towards Brumet. Brumet inside the area, can't corral it himself. But now Betancourt finds DiMorelli. Doman diving into the area. Pops back out to Samir Mohamed. DiMorelli. Makwatuya. Betancourt. Good slip ball here to Matteo DiMorelli. Houston has come out. A long passage in possession to start. Ball pops out. Driving. Arana. Betancourt. Clean tackle. So Gage Guetta goes into another gear. He'll throttle down. It was Portland who had a couple of opportunities later in the half. Guetta missing out on a header. Nicholas Lund missing out on a header. Or this match could be level at 1 apiece. So here in the second half, we'll see how Portland responds to being down. For Houston, they've had no trouble scoring goals this year. Santos! And Pedro Cruz saw it the entire way. It's going to take a lot more to beat Pedro Cruz from that distance. Mentioned Houston's ability to score. 26 goals, including their goal today. That is second only to the 36 scored by Crown Legacy. And now lead the league in goal difference with a goal differential of 21. 26 goals scored, 5 goals allowed. Charles Ondo drives this ball across. Nobody able to latch onto it for Portland. Brumette watched by Lund. And Bell will go back. Off the 1-2, J.J. Bell dumps this out wide. Space is opened up for Houston. Pulled back to Brumette. The deflection finds the back of the net. Houston has looked fantastic today. Another team goal, and that's 2 for Dynamo Dos. Again, this ball pulled back to Brumette. Bamford is the man that got a piece of it for Portland, and Sam Joseph had already gone to ground. The ball skipped up over him, and the leading goal scorer for Houston has another goal and has goals in back-to-back matches. But what is not going to show up is just the run and the possession by J.J. Bell. Bell working all the way back into his own half, pulling Sawyer Jura from his right back spot out of position, and then the ball immediately goes over the top into space that was vacated by Jura, and that allows for Houston to attack. And Brumette makes his run at the right time. Everything excellent from Houston, and that is why they are the top team in the Western Conference. Pedro Cruz trying to distribute. Nicholas Lund will head this back towards Charles Ondo. It was Brumette who scored versus Minnesota to salvage a point against the Loons after Houston had gone down and was down at half for the first time this season. Now this is Noah Santos of Portland. Santos hits the post. The second effort slides by. And Gage Guerra, who was there, unable to dispatch it. So Houston will count as blessings. Arana wins this. Now J.J. Bell has possession for the Dynamo. His shot is blocked away. A shove of Bell, and this will be a free kick for Houston. So here, this is Noah Santos. His shot hits the post. It had beaten Cruz, and then there's Guerra right there inside the 6. Very rarely does he let an opportunity like that pass him by. So Gustavo Doman picks up a yellow card for a previous foul. And Houston now has a free kick. It's funny, moments ago, Noah Santos made that long shot and said it was going to take a lot more to beat Pedro Cruz. Cruz was beaten there on that last shot from Santos. But now it is Sam Joseph who snags this for Portland. Fernandez Kim along to Santos. Santos tries to deliver into the area. It is headed away by Vinicius Silva. Hondo. Enriquez. Isuita all the way along to Sawyer Jura. Griffith can't control. Nicholas Lund tracks this down. Portland will keep possession. Each of the Timbers had allowed just 12 goals coming into today. Have allowed now 2 today. But they have scored multiple goals in each of their last 3 home matches. So the deficit not too big just yet. But Houston is a side that has not allowed multiple goals in any match this year. So the distance might just be too vast. Fernandez Kim loses it. Ball one back. Guetta along to Jura. Sends this in. And Guetta's header is wide. Houston leads the league in least goals conceded. They have allowed just 5. Just mentioned they have not allowed more than 2 goals in a match in any match this year across this unbeaten streak. However, they have allowed at least 1 goal in each of their last couple of matches. So if they can give Portland a lifeline, the Timbers are a team that can take advantage of momentum. Foul at midfield. Fernandez Kim picks up a yellow card.
Yellow card issued to G2, number 35, Lucas Fernandez. Fernandez given the caution card for G2.
You see there, just clipping Austin Brumet. So a free kick now for Houston. Another free kick for the Dynamo as we near an hour gone. Opportunity for the Dynamo to put the ball into the box now. It is Bell that sends this in. And it takes a bounce inside the 6. Vinicius Silva didn't attack it completely. That's a perfect delivery. There's nobody home. This is Santos. Outside of the boot. Good ball through. Guetta could not strike it. Timbers will keep possession Hondo. Isuita. Lund, a little header. DiMorelli into the air. And there's a foul. So now some wholesale changes for both Portland and Houston. So Diego Gonzalez will come on for Samir Mohammed. And Arthur Sousa will come on for J.J. Bell. Now standing on the sideline, Daniel Cervantes, Daniel Nunez, and Maximilian Kiesel for Portland. Does not look like those substitutions will come just yet. As we played an hour, Houston has doubled their lead. Doman just skips around Isuita. And now right into the path of Herrera. Fernandez loses the ball to Arana. Arana on the end line, trying to shield off defenders. But there's just too many bodies in too tight of an area. So now Portland will make their substitutions. It'll be Kiesel coming on for Colin Griffith. Daniel Nunez on for Lucas Fernandez-Kim, who just picked up that yellow card. And Daniel Cervantes will come on for Gage Guerra. So like-for-like substitutions all around. Cervantes will now play up top. Kiesel will play on that right side. And Nunez will play on the wing as Portland looks for 2 goals and are in danger of losing their first match at home all season. Houston has not lost a match all year long, whether it be on the road or at home. It would be 11 straight unbeaten for the Dynamo if they can finish the job here at Providence Park. And they'd be 1 match away from the all-time record. This ball comes all the way through, and Sam Joseph makes a save on the long throw all the way through for a shot. And now Portland, after forcing the turnover, can't slip the ball through. And now Sam Joseph ready for it as he was off his line. Doman. Houston hoping that the advantage might be played, but they'll take the free kick quickly either way. So the 1-2 play. Cervantes. Now the shot. Takes a deflect. So you can see Daniel Nunez wondering how this is not a corner. Silva tracks this down. Lund is there for coverage as Sousa was the intended target. It looks like Sousa is now playing up top. Austin Brumet playing under him now. Rondo keeps this in. Enriquez lifts this ball. Jura wins it for Portland. 66th minute. 2-goal lead for Houston. He scored in both halves. It was Samir Muhammad who scored first. And Austin Brumet who scored second. Slip through now. And Pedro Cruz with another save. He is on his P's and Q's today. It's Pedro Cruz. Corner is played short. Isoida can't connect with a teammate in the area. Ball comes back in. Ball still with Portland now. Santos! This one didn't miss by much. It's always the second and third phases of these set pieces. And when you have somebody that has a sizzling shot like Santos, he's always in range. That's a whistle on Sousa. Noah Santos has the 3 goals on the year. One of 2 teenagers in this 11 for Portland. One of the top goal scorers on the team. It's the Santos in possession again. This time trying to play an across. Down for Enriquez. Now Isoida. Ondo. Santos. Work around. Long throw from Betancourt. Ondo, a guided header. Right into the path of his teammate, now Enriquez. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. '69th minute. Houston in control. Looking for their 11th straight match unbeaten. Arana shimmies through a couple of defenders. Now the break is on. Herrera Can't reconnect. Doman. Lund was there first. Now back to Doman. Herrera. Gonzalez sends the ball in. Now Brumette. And this will bank off the post and in. Austin Brumette, a brace, and Houston has 3. So Gonzalez on this ball through. Brumette just wanted it more. And off of Lund, the deflection finds the post. And Brumette has been the beneficiary of 2 deflections. He's not going to worry about that. The ball finds the back of the net. And Houston completely in control now, up by 3. Mateo Di Morelli is going to come out. And Hata is going to come in. It was 5-0 the first time these two teams met. Right now it's 3-0 Houston with just less than 20 minutes remaining. Cruz calmly to his left goes down for that. It has been a marvelous season for Houston. They missed out on the playoffs last year by just 4 points. It was their first time missing the playoffs in their team's history in MLS Next Pro. They're a team that's still looking for their first playoff win. This might be the season that they see that streak come to a close. Now Santos still on it, trying to find a yard of space. He'll pop it back out to Jura. Santos sends the ball in. Cervantes can't get a piece of it. Houston just relentless in denying Portland a clean shot. Everything for the Timbers has been from outside of the box today in this second half. Santos has almost troubled Cruz on a couple of occasions, but the box defending has been beautiful. And you look back on the 2 chances that Portland had in the first half, 2 headers inside the area from guys you want to be on the ball, Gage Guerra and Nicholas Lund, both just missing. And when you do not put the ball in the back of the net against a team that is defensively sound like Houston, things do not tend to go your way. Portland going to feel hard-pressed that the 2 goals given up off Brumette have been off deflections. The last one is just the ball not bouncing their way and bouncing the way of Brumette. Sousa trying to fight with Lund, who goes back to his goalkeeper, Joseph. Good slide there by Arana. Gonzalez, Arana on it now. Herrera. Because Houston's just going to keep on coming. Gonzalez banks this off of Isoida, and it will scoot to Joseph. Quickly out to Santos, who's been the bright spot in this second half. Now Cervantes trying to cut across Makwatuya. Something brewing. The shot hits the wrong side of the post if you're a fan of Portland. Maximilian Kiesel had beaten Pedro Cruz But Portland continues to have a goose egg on the scoreboard. Beautifully put together by the Timbers. And do not think that Cruz got a piece of it. But it's been that type of day for Portland. Isuita cannot slither past Arana. Gets a piece of this. And Betancourt just booming it the other way. Sousa comes in to control for Houston. And Arthur Sousa will come the other way. Gonzalez slips the ball forward. This is a real chance to close it out. Sousa still with it. And it'll be a corner. So Sam Joseph with the save. One-on-one with Arthur Sousa. It was beautifully weighted by Diego Gonzalez. But Sousa just could not beat Sam Joseph. And of all the opportunities today for Houston, that might have been the clearest of cut. Still in full control are the Dynamo with a chance to add to their lead on this corner. Brumet trying to flick it on. It'll roll all the way back to Gonzalez. Back in. Brumet gets a touch to it. So nice. Bryce Van Veris will come on for Sawyer Jura. Isuita launches this ball long. Van Veris, who's just come in. Wonderful defending. Just everything so textbook for Houston. This portion of the match is brought to you by Tillamook. As we near the 78th minute of action, Houston has scored twice in the second half. Austin Brumet has both of those goals as he now sits on 7 goals for the year. And that is one off the likes of Edu Nice, Natty James, Hugo Mbong, and Rodolfo Loco at the top of the league. Herrera, Sousa. And Gonzalez goes back to Sousa, who finds himself in the area. Arana. Gonzalez. Back to Betancourt. Herrera. Arana drops this off, and Sousa has his shot blocked. Finally, a deflection goes the way of Portland after seeing 2 shots deflected into the net. This continues to be well-worked attacks for Houston. The combining and linking play has been very delicious today. Diego Gonzalez now prepares to take this corner in the 79th minute. Out-swinging ball. Houston now with a throw. We saw a throw run all the way through for a shot the last time they had an opportunity for a long throw. So Betancourt puts this into the area. It'll take a bounce and then will hit the side netting. Now Brumet has gone down for Houston. Worthy of a breather, providing the breathing room for the Dynamo in this second half. The 22-year-old now with 7 goals on the year. Samir Mohammed scored the first goal, his second of the season. Houston, if they were to win today, would be 9 wins out of 11 to start 2026. They had such a fast start to 2025, and then injuries derailed the season. But what they did not allow was for those experiences to not help them build. And this season, that foundation that was set last year, they have just been stacking W's brick by brick. Brumette has come off. As we turn to the 81st minute. For Coach Hurdle, he was an assistant on last year's team. Brumette's day will come to a close. It'll be Alan Martins who will come on. So no hat trick for Austin Brumette. He has the 2 goals that have almost secured 3 points. It's 3 goals in 2 matches for Austin Brumette. Betancourt, Herrera, and Arana into Doman. And Houston has taken hold of the possession. Arana still with it. Silva. And Arana just running into some trouble. Cervantes chasing after this. Cervantes finding a space to shoot. And then Doman clears this away. This portion of the match is brought to you by Ford. 83rd minute. Houston sitting pretty, up by 3 goals. Doman goes back to Silva. And Silva waving forward. Herrera. Isuita takes over in possession. Cervantes still with it. Shoved down by Mwakwatuya. I understand why the fans want a little bit more there. Huge collision. Doman on it. Houston right now electing not to throw salt in the wounds of Portland as they could have pressed forward. What looked like a 4-on-2. But possession the most important time of the essence as they try to professionally secure 3 points on the road. Now Arana can't slip it through to Arthur Sousa. Next up for Portland, they have 2 rivalry matchups. They will take on Tacoma Defiance and then take on Vancouver Whitecaps, 2 Cascadia rivals. Houston will continue this long road trip. They will face Ventura County and Tacoma Defiance before finishing up on the road against LAFC. Santos, Cervantes, just a bit of a loose touch. Ondo keeping possession, receives it back from Enriquez. Big foul here. And now Portland with the free kick. This is usually Noah Santos' time. He does not look like he's going to stand behind this. It's Victor Enriquez and Eric Isoida. So Enriquez puts it into the area. Lund heads it along, and it's right to Pedro Cruz. Cruz quickly connects with Alan Martins. Doman kind of left that for anyone, but ended up with it. So Houston on the prowl once again. Silva. The ball comes in towards the box. Ondo heads it away. Santos. Ondo. Cervantes. Into Nunez. Cross comes in, but it's right at Pedro Cruz. 88th minute of action. It's been all Houston today, as the Dynamo are well on their way to their 11th straight match unbeaten. Pedro Cruz holding on to the ball just a little bit too long, and so it's given as a corner. Those are the new rules to limit time wasting for the Dynamo. Enriquez. Lund right at Cruz. So now Pedro Cruz punched this ball away. It is Martins who is shoved down, and it'll be a throw in for Portland. But for Houston, just a stupendous start to the season that's going to keep on going. It'll be their 9th win out of 11 matches to start this year. Cervantes switches the point of attack. No contact there. It goes down as just a throw. Now Martins. Arana. When you think about the numbers for Houston, if they can finish this off, it'll be another clean sheet. There is a foul. And a free kick coming for Portland as we reach the 90th minute. It'll be another clean sheet. Through 11 matches, they would have given up just 5 goals. All of those have come on the road. And there's a foul. And it will be a free kick. So Portland still with an opportunity to find a goal here at home. The fourth official announcing a minimum of 5 minutes of added time here in the second half.
Fourth official is announcing a minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. 5 minutes.
So it's Eric Isuita.
Yellow card.
As Vinicius Silva picked up the yellow card.
Vinicius Silva given the caution card for Dynamo 2.
Isuita just floats this in. Doesn't take a touch towards goal. And it'll be a goal kick. Last year, Houston won just 3 matches away from SaberCat Stadium. They finished with a road record of 3-8-3. And coming into this match, they already had more wins on the road than they had all of last year. They have done things the right way. Have the Dynamo. There's a reason why they are at the top of the Western Conference right now. They've already taken down St. Louis on the road at Energizer Park. They're about to take down Providence Park Zone Portland Timbers. Herrera into Gonzalez. Doman. Now popping up is Gonzalez. Switching the point of attack. Big collision there. And a free kick coming for Houston. And a yellow card comes out. The Dynamo will take their time to take this free kick as everything is sorted out. So Bryce Van Veris picks up the yellow card. This is struck, and it's brought in by Sam Joseph. We played 3 of our minimum of 5. As Houston looking for another clean sheet. And their 9th win of the season. Portland will fall for the first time at home in 2026. Came in with 2 wins, no losses, and 4 draws. But Houston has been a different animal this season. And will go for the record in their next match. Not Won't be an easy task versus Ventura County. They had a rough go of it recently. So they will be inspired not only to find a result for themselves, but to snap the streak of Houston. Portland still racing forward. It's Pedro Cruz, who's been sure-handed this entire match. Big saves for him. Portland has hit the post twice in this second half. And the questions of what if will ring through the video sessions this week for the Timbers. As that Aaron touch really tells the story of the day for Portland. There is the final whistle, and Houston Dynamo dose another dynamic victory. The final from Providence Park, Portland 0, Houston 3, and Houston Dynamo dose just one match away from matching the all-time record for an unbeaten streak to start the season, as they've now gone 11 unbeaten to start 2026. Now it's time for today's Man of the Match, presented by Adidas. It's the man that had to on the day, Austin Brumett, the beneficiary of a couple of deflections, but a goal scorer will never tell his secrets, as Alex Bamford got a piece of that, and it went past Sam Joseph. And this one, Houdini would be proud of, as Brumett missed the first shot here. It bounces off of Lund, and it finds the back of the net. So Brumett now with 7 goals, and that is one off the lead in the league. Your final, once again, Portland 0, Houston 3. You can watch MLS Next Pro all season long on OneFootball.com and on MLSNextPro.com with my fantastic crew. My name is James Hadnot, saying so long from the Rose City, and have a blessed Sunday evening.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.